So I pulled the plug on Instagram recently, and I found it very, very difficult to actually leave. It felt like there was this strong urge making me want to go back and re-download the app, which I have been doing in the past. I delete, I re-download, I delete. And it's just an endless cycle. I feel like I'm missing out on stuff. I feel like I need to show my life or the things that I'm doing, the progress I'm making in my life to get some kind of like public validation or acknowledgement. I found this very like bizarre, and I went to do a bunch of research about social media addiction, and people, it is crazy. The average person spends 2.5 hours on social media. And if you do the math, give or take, if you do the math appropriately, that is 8.5% of your life. I saw this phrase somewhere. When the product is free, what is being sold is you. All y'all being like, oh, Instagram is free, TikTok is free. You are the product. Your time is a product. You may not know consciously or unconsciously, but there are key mechanisms in place to keep you binge scrolling, which is fine if that's how you want to spend your time. But the issue becomes when the binge scrolling becomes counterproductive and is now very like detrimental to your mental health or just time wasting. We as human beings, we are social beings. We need other people to survive. Just imagine you were on this planet by yourself. Life will absolutely have no meaning. And this is what makes social media very positive and very good. You can connect with people from miles away. You can share your stories. You could make a living off of it. You can be a paid or unpaid influencer, content creator. We derive validation from other people, whether we like it or not. And social media gives us this on steroids. When you receive a like or a comment or even a text, your brain receives a neurotransmitter called dopamine that makes you feel good. I read this book called Dopamine Nation, and it really explains how social media basically exploits how your brains work in order to maximize their own profit. The faster you can get the likes, the faster you can feel good. There's a bunch of research from Harvard Medical School suggests that the amount of dopamine that you get from a social media like or comment is very similar to the amount of dopamine you get from cocaine. That is how addictive social media and like Instagram and TikTok is. The faster you get the like, the comments, the text, the faster you feel good. This instant gratification is very, very powerful. The best way I suggest you curb instant gratification is to just turn off your notifications. There is no reason why you need to get notifications instantly for everything. You don't need to know every random person who liked your Instagram post. Curb that instant gratification. If you get a text or a like or a message on Instagram, don't go see it immediately. Once that like comes in, you're pulled in, then you start scrolling and scrolling. And before you know it, you spent 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just like wasting your time. The next psychological manipulation strategy these companies use is called variable rewards. And it was invented by psychologists in the 1950s, I think, called R.F. Skinner. The entire idea is that you never know when you're going to get a ping or a text. Or you never know when you're going to get it. So it keeps you coming back. It keeps you checking your phone, even though you know fully well there's nothing for you there. The idea is like they keep you guessing. Facebook literally hires attention engineers, people who are trained to use techniques from like gambling studios and casinos. They use techniques that are designed to keep gamblers addicted to the casinos. They use those techniques, those same psychological techniques, to keep you hooked to social media. So you have to be very intentional about how you fight back and how you reclaim your time from these companies. I think the worst part of this is how it affects your behavior. Sometimes you need to check yourself. Am I doing this because I genuinely like this friend and I want to capture a memory of us? Or am I just doing this so I can get some positive accolades from some random people who may or may not care about you on Instagram, instead of thinking about how you can impress people that may or may not care about you? The next tactic is personalization. These companies have data. They have data about you. They can personalize your Instagram feeds, and that's how they get you. They get you reeled in. For me, it's like Beyonce photos and videos. Anytime I see Beyonce, I'm like clicking. So it's like they know you and they know what you want and they know how to get you addicted, which sucks. Endless scrolling, another design tactic as well. Just think about it. Most of all the apps, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, they keep you like endlessly moving, whether it be stories, whether it be reels or whatever it is. It's just like a bottomless feed. When it's finished, they show you random things as well. The one tactic I suggest that you do is set time limiters. Just set the time limits for the apps that you think make you like addicted, like Instagram. I set it to 15 minutes. There's a study by the Journal of Clinical Psychology that directly correlates depression, anxiety, and mental health issues with social media consumption. This is because there's always someone out there doing better than you. No matter how good you are, no matter how much love you have, no matter how much money you have, there's always someone out there who is like killing it and you're just comparing yourself to that person. If you really think that social media has a huge impact on your mental health, my best recommendation is to detox. Detox, leave, delete, at least for a while. If social media is not your means of livelihood, you can come back every now and then. The real truth is that we're all addicted in one way or the other because there are forces. They are forces from above or from below. I don't know. There are forces working against you behind the scenes to keep you addicted because there's a profit motive in your mind. And the least we can do is like understand why. We've talked about instant gratification, variable rewards, personalization, notifications. All those things are intentionally designed to keep you hooked, to keep you feeling like you're missing out on something, whatever that is, or to keep you feeling like you have to show someone your life. Our ancestors didn't have to do that, and they lived a fairly happy life. The easiest way to replace a bad habit is to introduce productive ones. A few suggestions I have is that I already recommended turn off your notifications. You don't need that on every time. To download productive apps. Me, for example, I have language learning apps downloaded, Duolingo, and I'm learning Japanese and French. So anytime I feel like going on social media, I have the urge to grab my phone and I don't find Instagram there. I just like learn Japanese. In the long term, that would make me happier. And the other things you can do, like journaling. If you feel the urge to go to social media, maybe journal instead. Keep your phone away. Keep it far away from you, especially when you're working. And if you really need to be on social media every day, set a time limit. Say you are a content creator. You go, you post, you leave after 15 minutes. This is kind of like a pivot from what I normally talk about. I normally talk about like very tech stuff. Tech stuff. So I hope you like this video. I hope it was beneficial to you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as always. I will see you at my next video.